Hey there, everyone. Coming live for all signs to see what you need to hear for business success. So let's just dive right in. Let's start at Aries. What does Aries need to hear to make the most out of their business and get all the success that they want, Spirit, and being happy and enjoying the journey while they get there? Oh, well, Aries, if you want business success, you just got to be willing to take the new journey and take the new journey enthusiastically. So there needs to be a little bit of I do want to rock this. I want to rock it. I want to enjoy it. Like you need that enthusiasm for this is great. People will love this product. I love doing it. Here's why I love doing it. So there's a little bit of a need to get yourself into that enthusiasm for why you love doing it, what's good about it. And it can be as simple as because I'm good at it. I like doing it and people like it. I like doing it. It feels good when I do it. It feels good when people buy it. So it can be as simple as that, just to get into that enthusiasm of yeah, let's go for it. Let's see how this goes. Um, so get into that enthusiasm. This is why I do it. And then there's also a second message here. Well, there's three total, but the second message is a little bit of when you lean into the entertaining energy, you're not in the enthusiasm energy. So there's a difference between being enthused about what you do, why you do it, and it could even be enthused about the kind of money you make, Aries. But when you feel like the entertainer, I gotta go live, I gotta entertain them, I've gotta pop off, I've gotta bring the heat, bring the juice. You're more focused on the entertainment value of it and what you think they need and what you think they want, what you think they'll keep them engaged versus the enthusiasm of why you love doing it. I love going live because when people comment and it boils me a bit, it is a good show. It is a good time. I like popping off on people, right? Because then it's that enthusiastic, I am that person who pops off on people and I love it, Spirit. Give me more of that. It gets my juices going. It just gives me that energy. Versus the entertainment, well, I gotta pop off. So then it's like a fake pop off, So it's leaning into the enthusiasm of it instead of the entertainment value of it, Aries. And the third message there is that the thing that's kind of draining you a little bit in business right now is you've been leaning into the entertainment energy a little bit more, and that drains you. It feels like it's a waste of your energy. It drains you and it's a waste of your energy. So that's why you feel depleted. Because if you're going live, all right, I need to pop off on someone say something bad so I can keep this going. You're hyper vigilant. You're looking for it, and you're I got to act a fool instead of just being in what's fun about going live is that, God, I get the weirdest comments. I get raunchy comments and just being able to pop off and show them who's boss because it's my channel. They're in my house, So you see how even though I didn't use a happy-go-lucky type A example, super ultra healthy. It's because you're either leaning into the enthusiasm of why you love doing what you love doing, or you're leaning into the entertainment of it, which is what's depleting your energy and making it not feel fun for you anymore, making it feel not even like work, but a waste of energy. Why am I even doing this? So Aries, return back to that joy, return back to that enthusiasm. And that's what's going to help stabilize and harmonize your current business so that you can either then expand it and grow it, or so that you can then maybe start a second one. All right, let's go on to Taurus. What does Taurus need to hear, Spirit, for business success? And say hi if you're coming live. Say hi if you're watching the replay. It's so much more fun for me if it's engaging. So what's up? Who's live? What sign are you? All right, Taurus. Okay, well, Taurus, if you want money success, it's all about going through the transformation. And the transformation, when it's the bridge card, it's really more about a human level transformation than a complete overhaul of the way you see the world. This is more about you being willing to take new actions. This is those moments where here's where you're at, you're going that way in life, but here's where you want to be. In order to cross this journey, this bridge, Okay, that's the card you got, Taurus. What are the behaviors that are keeping you here that won't work here, right? If you're like the top real estate agent in Walnut Creek, you're not spending hours laying in bed just getting high vibe. You're out there driving around looking for houses to sell, looking for houses for your buyers, going on making posts about, hey, are you guys worried about interest rate and buying a house? Here's what you need to know. You're taking action, right? So you got to become aware of the behaviors that you have to drop so you can come this way. And you have to become aware of the behaviors that you have to do. Because right now it looks like there's a little bit of financial worry that about you taking this next step. Who knows if it's a I don't have enough money to take this next step, or who knows if it's a I don't know if anyone will take me that seriously and pay me that much. But you got a little bit of financial worry that's like distracting you more than you're aware of right now, which is preventing you from like being willing to adopt the new behaviors because you're just like, no, it has to come this way. But guys, if you're manifesting something more than a one-off trip, a one-off bag, I want to go from being a yoga instructor to real estate agent, that's a behavioral change. That's a new daily routine that you have to adopt. And so like you've got to be willing to cross that bridge. I can tell you if you don't, you're going to be sad. You're gonna like that's where you like look back and go, gosh, like what happens had I studied harder for that real estate exam? What if I did take that leap? What if I did finish that book? So it's gonna be worth it. And it's about recognizing that you're probably building what's called resiliency, the ability to handle more emotions on a day-to-day basis. That's how I define it. So you could have more stimulus, more input. Okay, so now let's move on to Gemini. What does Gemini need to hear for business success? Gemini, your message is kind of sweet and simple. You got to like make peace with the fact that you are entering into the unknown. You are entering into something that you've never done before. And it's going to have that wobble, that whoa feeling, right? Because, you know, when you were in high school and you went to college, it does kind of have a, well, who are my friends going to be here? Am I going to be able to pass these classes? Is it going to be significantly harder than high school? There's that unknown feeling. And so right now, like Gemini, your power is to recognize that it's just the unknown because it's new to you. And law of attraction, there's 6 steps to law of attraction. Step 1, you do the ask. Step 2, the universe aligns. Step 3, you've got to receive either the end goal or the next step. Step 4, you're so good at receiving that life is in the synchronistic flow. Ask, receive, ask, receive. Step 5 is what do you do when vibrational contrast hits, how to navigate it so that you get right back into the steps to keep manifesting. Step 6 is where you embrace that any new manifestation always has low vibes and high vibes in it. Think about it. When a baby's learning how to walk, it like wants to take that leap, but it's like, wait a second, hold on. That's why most parents will put their fingers down and go, it's okay, you've got it. They offer reassuring words. They put their fingers down there for the baby to hold on to. It has that I want this good feeling thing. Oh my God, when I'm walking, life will be so fun. Right? But it's also like, wait. I know the ground stays steady for them. Is the ground going to stay steady for me? Do my legs know how to do this? Like what is this uncomfortable feeling in my body of these muscles growing? Okay, so that's all the unknown, being willing to like make peace with the fact that what you want to do is going to have those uncomfortable feelings of muscles growing and developing. Maybe it's in your body, maybe it's just in your mind, new neural pathways forming. Recognizing that that's what it is. It is not confusion. It is not I won't know which way to go. I won't, like, you're going to figure it out as you go. So it's not confusion. It's not going to be complicated. It's not going to be hard. This is a new terrain for me that I get to explore and experience and discover and understand. So just like, you got to make peace with the fact that that wobble comes with it in order for you to like take your next step. All right, let's go on to Cancer. What does Cancer need to hear for business success, Spirit? Let's go. Oh, okay. Interesting. Cancer for you. It's it's like embracing that your life is more or will be more passionate once you have that business success in. Like there's a version of you right now that has a good, decent life. There's a new you that you're going to meet that has this business success, and I guarantee when you have more business success, you're going to be thinking about trips to take. You're going to be thinking about things to buy. You're going to be buying your friends more presents. You're going to be so your mind is going to be more open and expansive. Oh, let's mail this person a card. Let's pick up this present for them. Let's then call them to wish them happy birthday. So your life is going to be more far, like lean into that energy. Cancer, spirit wants to talk to you. Cancer, we need you to lean into that energy of that life is going to be good. I'm going to be thinking about these types of things. I'm going to be booking these kinds of things, buying these kinds of things, spending my time doing these kinds of things. And they're just going to be fun. I'm worthy of that fun. I'm worthy of that connection. I'm worthy of that self-care. That person who works at the spa, they're worthy of receiving an income. It's leaning into that, all the perks that you're going to enjoy once you have it. That's what's going to really carry you far forward. And there's a little bit of right here of like being willing to appreciate the relationships you have around you, Cancer, that offer some support. Cause it's like, this is kind of like your last stand moment where it's kind of like a sink or swim, not quite sink or swim, but like this needs to be successful. So it's kind of like you're willing to like get that grit, which means, sometimes if you work from home, you've got to tell people, I know you think I work from home, so you can come knock on my door anytime. I'm unavailable between like 9 to 5 or 9 to 3, whatever. These are the hours that when I'm in here, I need to be able to focus and not think about anything outside of this room. So it's like taking that last stand for being who you need to be to enjoy that passionate life. So you just flat out need to admit that your life will be better, more passionate, more alive, more enlivened when you get that success, and like call those feelings to you so that you get that like grit to start the race. What was that? Oh my God. What is it? The 3 laws of thermodynamics? Do I remember my science well enough? An object in motion tends to stay in motion. So you just got to get the ball rolling, and then it tends to stay in motion. It's easier to keep the ball rolling. Haven't you guys seen those videos of like, man pulled a truck? It's those first like 5 steps that are incredibly hard. But once the truck's going, then they can sometimes start going faster. So that's all this is. It's kind of like lean into that energy of how passionate your life will feel to give you that inertia, that momentum. Well, it wouldn't be momentum, but that inertia, that like pick up, that get up so that you can get the ball going. Okay, so now Leo, what does Leo need to hear for business success? All right, Spirit, what does Leo need to hear for business success, to welcome it in, to embrace it, to get it? Oh, wow, Leo. Okay, Leo. Okay. Um, Right now, being blunt, Leo, your mind is like a little scattered and it's kind of trying to solve too many problems at once. When your mind gets scattered and like, ADD like, ADHD like, you're just this topic, this topic, this topic. It's kind of an indicator that you can, if you want to do the spiritual thing, you can ground, which is where you, meditate and picture roots growing out from the bottom of your spine and connecting you deep into earth and maybe the center of the earth. If you like a little more of the psychology approach, do something to regulate your nervous system. So do that so you can kind of calm your mind a bit. And once your mind is more calm, you're going to recognize that everything you're trying to do, like let's say you're trying to buy a house, you're trying to make a relationship work with someone, or maybe you're trying to start a new one, or maybe you're trying to like house hunt and start a business and be a good dad and also keep in shape. Like you're going to kind of realize that you may want all of those things, but right now you can only focus on like 4 of the 6. Because right now your energy is just a little too scattered on too many topics for you to really focus in on. And okay, but what's the message for them? Okay, there's also a little part of you that's afraid of the good, simple life. It's like, is it going to be boring? Is it maybe not is it going to be boring, but like there's a little part that's actually afraid of it being simple. You're carrying in past energy from the past that used to be like very chaotic. And so that's why you're trying to like, I can do all of this at once. I'm young and have the energy, whatever you're thinking. But you really need, like, look, you got the life map, the complicated, you're trying to focus on too many things, clarified by the intentional. You do have to go, I have to hone in and focus on this. Right now, I'm gonna focus on getting the house and stabilizing, figuring out what I'm doing in my relationship life. So that means I'm whatever you need to do to make your decision about dating. But in terms of house, it's like, okay, I'm improving my credit score. I'm building a savings so that I have a bigger deposit to put down, and having a bigger savings will only improve my credit score. Um, I'm paying off all my debt if you still need to like pay off debt. I'm focusing in on these. And when the house is bought, then once the house is bought, I'm in the house. Any additional expenses from the house that came up are paid off and fixed. Then I'll think about starting the business, because you kind of need to like segment your time and like really get some focus and get some positive momentum going forward in your life on any of these topics. And it's kind of like time to start trusting your intuition, because your intuition is giving you the answer to your love life. It's giving you the answer to how to proceed forward. Um, in terms of like what things to focus on right now, the business or the house. Like your intuition is speaking to you, but some of it you're not listening to. And some of it, like in terms of the business, you're just not listening to it. And your intuition might be telling you, don't act now, or focus on the business. Don't worry about the house right now. Like your intuition is telling you about the house and the business. You're not listening to it. Your intuition is also guiding you in your love life right now. But you're like, that can't be true. Here's why. That can't be true. I can make it happen. I believe in myself. That wasn't my intuition. That was an intrusive thought. So you're kind of just like ignoring your intuition right now. All I can tell you is that you do kind of have, once you cross over and to be willing to like focus and listen to your intuition, you've got a very beautiful life ahead of you. And it's going to be, instead of like chaotic, energizing, tumultuous, which can be an element of like adrenaline, it's going to be more about enthusiasm, enjoying the little things. So instead of living in that like danger, fight or flight, excitement of, does she want me? Does she not? Can I get her to post about us on social media? Can I charm her? It will be more about, hey, honey bunny, want to come over for lunch? I made us some delicious like steak tacos. So it'll be more about like the enjoyment of like the finer, not the finer things, the nicer things of life, the kinder things. It's going to be more about like simple enjoyment of like, hey, I made you some delicious muffins. You want me? Can I come bring them to you and drop them off at work? Like that's going to be more enjoyable like than you think it is. There's just a little tiny part of you that's like, once I cross over, this segment of my life will be over. And it's kind of like that. But have I thoroughly enjoyed it? Have I thoroughly turned every stone to see if I can make it work? So it's kind of like, I want to use the analogy of milking a cow, right? You can milk a cow and it's like streaming and flowing. Then it starts to lessen. It's still worth your effort. Then there comes a point where you're like really working hard and you're just getting a few drops and you're like, no, there's more milk to enjoy here. I am not going over there with the fresh cows who are in their prime. You know, there's just a little part of you that doesn't kind of want to let go of the chapter you're in. Okay, so Virgo. What does Virgo need to hear for business success? And hi, whoever's live, feel free to comment. Feel free to say hello. What does Virgo need to hear for business success? Well, Virgo, honestly, for business success, you got to get your family, your home life right first. And it does look a little bit more like love family life versus just family life. Like you got to get that right. And when you get your love life right, it's like the enthusiasm from the other person, the shared energy exchange from the other person. Because think of it this way, like you could sit there in your beautiful house, like all day looking out at the beautiful, beach that you have. and it's enjoyable life. It's peaceful, it's mellow, it's calm, it's good for your nervous system, right? But having a person there with energy in the room adds a lot to it. When you have someone in a room with you, sometimes there's contrast like a whoa, I don't want to live that way. But Virgo, that gives you energy to, I want to live this way. Or sometimes it's a, hey, they're actually really good at that. I want that. So having that person, the people there is going to give you like more energy and enliven you. And then and sometimes they might be, oh, I can help with that. Hey, I'll do that for you. That's when you can expect a quickening of a pace and a clarity of the direction you need to go in. Because right now it just kind of seems like you don't have much forward movement in your life. You don't have much clarity for anything new. You've got some sort of stable base in there, but you don't have the direction for like the new of where you want to go. Okay, so Libra. What does Libra need to hear for business success? Spirit, what does Libra need to hear? What does Libra need to hear? Oops. All right, flat out Libra, you definitely got the you need to believe in yourself card. You need to believe in yourself. You need to feel into the prosperity that you'll have once it comes in. So that's like when my business is up and running or when my business has hit its next level, I'll be making X amount of dollars and literally just picture a check or the cash and like say you say 10,000, like I'm holding $10,000 right now. And you just feel how that feels in your body. Hold it for at least 20 to 30 seconds. Like my business just paid me $10,000. Feel it, let it expand your body. So there's a little bit of you that kind of needs that incentive, that motivation from the money you will make from doing the business to fill into it and be like, all right, I want that $10,000. What's my next step? What do I got to do? My path is laid out before me. I'm taking the steps. I'm taking the action. And then it's really just believe in yourself. And the believing in yourself isn't, I can do anything. It's more like, I believe I can adapt. I believe I can learn as I go. I believe I can become aware of what's working well and what's not working well. And I could amp up the energy on what's working well. And I can find solutions for what's not working well. I believe in my ability to grow, to learn. So like that's believing in yourself. Just remind yourself, what are 3 things in your past where you've had to learn new things to then become successful? I started a YouTube channel and then I realized I needed to work about like title headings. Then I realized I needed to learn about hashtags. Then I realized I needed to learn about this. So just remind yourself that you can adapt, you can grow. Because it kind of looks like that's where your energy needs to go. But there's a little bit of a focus on like something from your past is holding you back. And you can manifest both ways, guys. You can absolutely manifest by finding the inner child that's holding you back. You can manifest by finding the past life that's holding you back. But you can also manifest by just leaning into the new. I want that $10,000. Let me go after. I'm ready to receive it. I'm good. I'm worthy of it. I'm worthy of all the things that money will buy me when I have that $10,000. Here's the things I'll be doing. Here's the things I'll be buying. Here's how I'll feel when I'm doing those things and buying those things. Get into that energy and be like, all right, let's go. It's kind of what you need to hear, Libra. All right, Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to hear for business success? And hello to those joining live. I'm just going through all zodiac signs, what you guys need to hear for business success. And we're on Scorpio. Oh, Scorpio, you actually just need some words of encouragement. You are on your right path. And it's good of you to think fondly of the past, whether it be that was a good segment of my life. Here's what I enjoyed about it. It'd also be good for you to go, here's skills that I have learned from my past life that will carry over, not necessarily past life, past segment of your life. Here's skills that I acquired that will help me in my next one. Um, because like right now, just being blunt, you're just like a little in your head, and it's because you're like worried about prosperity. Will this get me the prosperity I want? If I go out there loud and proud, will people make fun of me? If I go out there loud and proud and promote it and then no one signs up, oh my God. So your head's a little focused there right now instead of the this feels good to me. This is my path. You know what? If only one person shows up the first time, that's okay. It like everything always ends up working out in my favor for some reason that's going to be the right amount. I know it feels like I would like more and want more, but I'm on my path because this feels good. I feel inspired by it. Lean into the inspiration of it. You're only being inspired because it is your path. And then be willing to look back fondly, like looking back fondly. That was a good time. I got these skill sets. I'm so ready for this next step because of this foundation that I've built. Like, let's go. Um, because I can tell you when I used to do live shows, one time I had like a less than stellar turnout, but when I got there, the place had it had a lighting issue, it had a tech issue. So in my head, after I was like, thank God there's only like 5 people here because I still got to give them lots of one-on-one attention. We were able to move into a different room, and then the events where they were bigger, it was, thriving, popping, amazing. Like the tech was working, the lighting was working. So just like rest assured there that it's not about going all out the very first time and like hitting a grand slam. It's like consistency is what gets you the success and the rewards that you want. Okay, so Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to hear for business success? What does Sagittarius need to hear for business success? Well, what I'm getting for you, Sagittarius, is that you kind of got to like stop complicating it. You got to like not overcomplicate it. There's a little bit of like a two coming together to make a whole better, like just a fusion of opposites. Maybe you have, the beauty and the beast, the really smart guy and the beautiful woman. Or maybe it's the person who's really like tech savvy, but the other person likes to be the person on the front of the stage, the drummer, the singer. And like I like Japanese food. I like Korean food. So it's like what's the fusion? So it looks like there needs to be like some sort of cohesion made. It might be between 2 people or it might be between 2 opposing ideas in your own head. Um, of I want I want to be a drummer musician, but I also want to open a restaurant. It's about fusing your 2 ideas together that then you're going to feel more hopeful and on your path. It'll be this like, oh my God, here's how to do this. This has never been done before. Let's go do this. So don't make it complicated. Well, I want this and I want this, or she wants this, I want this. It's got to be I like this and I like this. And how did these come together to create a beautiful outcome that leads to beautiful financial abundance and thrive? Like, let's go. Okay, so Capricorn, what do our Capricorns need to hear for business success? And what's up, fellow Cappies? I'm a Capricorn too, so I'm hoping for a good one for us. Comment below if you're a Capricorn. Let me know that we're representing. Okay, what does Capricorn need to hear for business success? Oh, okay. Well, you've left a bad segment of your life, okay? And it's kind of like time to admit that like you're tired of feeling like you're standing out in the cold. In terms of law of attraction, if you Google that emotional guidance list, it has that list of vibrations 1 through 22. Number 8 is boredom, and 8 into 22 is out of alignment. 7 and up is in alignment. So when it says admit you're tired of standing out in the cold, it's like admitting like you're like I'm bored. I get what happened in the past that made me have that bad segment, and right now I'm bored. I want more money because I want to be doing these things. I want business success because I think having my calendar full of this and this and this and this to do today would be phenomenal and great. And I'm ready to be doing this and this and this and this and this. So it's really just leaning into that segment of my life worked for me. But that's done. New me is bored with the way that life is. I want more to do. And then, feel like if I had, I don't know, if I had 2 clients a day, show me what that feels like, universe. And then like, once you get into the show me, which is where like the trying on manifestation phase, then be like, all right, universe, that feels really good. I'm working with 2 clients a day. I'm working with 2 clients a day. I'm expanding my capacity to be able to do X, Y, Z. I'm working with more clients. The abundance in my business is growing. I'm increasing my nervous system capability to be working with more people. So, okay, there's that message. And then there's like a little bit of, it's once you allow the creativity to flow, because it kind of seems like you've just been kind of like chugging along and like, here's what I have to do. Here's what I have to do. I've got to do this. So you've kind of been trying to like wake yourself up out of that last chapter to get into this new chapter. And you've kind of just been on this like kind of like monotonous. I just have to do this. I just have to do this. I just have to do this. So it's kind of like, I don't think it's going to happen right at the moment of you hearing this message. I think it's going to be something that kind of like trickles out over the next kind of maybe coming days, maybe weeks. I don't think so, because you've got the 9 of Embers card, which is like the eruption of energy. So the 8 of card is the hey soul. The 8 of cards is the quickening of pace. The 9 of Embers is like the eruption of energy. So it's kind of like this. It's almost like that. Like think of it this way. You got the caterpillar in the cocoon. It's in the cocoon. It's been cocooning, and then it's the butterfly. So you're a butterfly right now in a cocoon, and you've got to admit, since you're a butterfly in a cocoon, you're like, this is boring. I get that when I'm a caterpillar, this was cozy, this was comfortable, this was safe, this was warm. But as a butterfly, this is boring. I want to be flying. I want to be smelling the flowers. I want to be feeling the wind in my wings. Okay, that's a really good analogy, Capricorn. So it's like when the butterfly pokes out and it just flies up. So it's kind of like that eruption, which is going to have a lot of emotions for you, Capricorn. It's going to have like some crying, weeping, some embracing of these new good, enthusiasm, eagerness, vibes to it, right? Okay, and like as part of that eruption though, it's going to be like tapping back into your creativity. And I don't think there's anything that you have to do right now, Capricorn, with like the minor exception of being willing to carve out some time. This is my spiritual evening. I'm just going to play my spiritual music, my kirtan music, and I'm just going to create space to allow my emotions to like flow out. It just kind of looks like there's just some emotions and energy that needs to flow out of you for you to like break free out of that cocoon. Then to be the butterfly for you, it's going to be the more creative side of you. So instead of just posting, like my personal example, instead of just making a daily reading every day, all right, guys, today's daily reading, you're going to get this creative idea of like, oh my God, either like, here's how I want to market myself, or like oh my God, you know what I need to do for my daily read today? So it's kind of like, it's like embracing that your business has a lot of fun, juicy, good energy to help you, support you, and to help make it fun for you. It kind of looks like some of your, previous bad segment was you becoming a caterpillar and cocooning up, because it was like, my business is too much. It's too much. It's too much. So it's recognizing that instead of going from a business that's way too much, swinging to the other side of the pendulum where it's like, now I don't spend any time on my business. It's about, do you like it when you spend a little less time on your business most of your life? Do you like it when it's a 50-50? Do you like it when you spend like 60% of your time is focused on your business? So it's being willing to finds wherever your middle ground is, and it's recognizing that as you spend more time on your business, it's going to be something that like energizes you, that fuels you, that when you're just getting more money, right? If I was making $50 every time I went live from YouTube ad revenue, it'd be like all right, let's see what the zodiac sign's got to do today. Thank you, advertisers. Thank you, viewers, right? Whereas like right now, it is kind of like that. I got to make a video. I just got to get in the habit of making a video. That's what this is about for you, Capricorn. That was a good message, Capricorn. All right, so now we're on to Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to hear for business success? All right, Aquarius's turn. Aquarius's time to shine. Oh, wow. Aquarius. Like the change that you want is coming. It can either be kind of like being pushed out of the nest, or it can be I'm either getting pushed out or I'm flying. Both ways, whether I take off and jump or someone pushes me out, I'm either going to fly or fall. Do you want to be pushed out or do you want to fly out? Because it's kind of like the change is coming no matter what. Okay. But in this change for you, Aquarius, it is going to feel like a little bit of like a burning down of the past, like a, how do I describe this to you? It's almost as if you don't fully believe in yourself to be able to do it. And so it's like the burning down and the crumbling down of that lower image of yourself. And, every caterpillar has to go into a cocoon to then become a butterfly. When you're the like, all I can tell you is after you go through this little, I don't know if it's a transformation or a transition, you've got the composer part. So you're going to be like, so it's almost like once you're willing to take that leap, you're going to be like, oh, wait, oh, this is how you fly. This is easier than I thought. Like, and it's going to be this like enlivening, loving feeling of life. And you're going to have this like renewed sense of self-esteem. So it's really like this burning down and crumbling of this negative image and view of you have of yourself. And it's almost like you could just be like all right, universe, I'm done with that. I'm being kicked out of the nest into loving myself. So it's kind of like I don't want to think those bad negative thoughts about myself anymore. I don't know how to not do that because that's how I feel about myself. My self-esteem's low. My this is low. The universe, come on. This has got like, it's almost like you're leaving that. This is so bad. The pasture must be greener on the other side. So it's kind of like be willing to leave the swamp to walk on the beach. Be willing to leave the swamp to be in a lush forest with clean water and, cute little bunnies to pet. Be willing to leave the burning house to get out of it. If you're on a boat that's sinking, a new boat comes in, be willing to sink in. And you might be, oh my God, all those memories. Oh my God, in this boat, I have to believe in myself. I have to contribute. I have to help pull sails or whatever. Can I handle it? You're going to be oh my God, not only can I handle, but I'm really good at it and I love doing it. So interesting, Aquarius. Yours was more just kind of telling you the emotions was coming up. Every other sign got, I feel like, a little bit more tangible advice, but comment below. Let me know what's up. All right, so now we're on to Pisces. What does Pisces need to hear for business success? There we go. I like that angle better. What does Pisces need to hear for business success? Well, Pisces, right now your focus is a little bit on the material things. Like I want to use the word gluttony. gluttony, greed, possessions, material things, and you're like, I want this, I want that Birkin bag, I want that Chanel bag, I want that trip there. You're focused on that when, like, instead, if you can get your focus on, gosh, when I have business success, I'll be attending these masterminds and I'll be meeting really cool people who are forward thinking, and I'll get introduced to like new things in life. Or when I have like, oh man, when I have the business success, I will have more money. So my friends and I will be able to take more trips and we'll build memories together and we'll go through experiences together and just build a deeper bond. It's like once you start leaning instead of like this like manic hyper focus on, I want the Birkin bag, I want 10 diamonds. It's got to be a, well, when I have more money, my friends and I are going to be doing this. When I have more money, um, I'm going to be enjoying this. I'm going to go take that trip to see my cousin. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. When you lean into that and recognize that a lot of why you want the business success and the money is for more connection, like that's when your finances are going to flow. All right, guys, I go live Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern time, right here on YouTube with a show called High Vibe Mornings, where I do free mini reads. So come hang out. Thanks for watching till the end, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.